Hi, I'm Sabri CEO, I'm Shamatha, and today I'm gonna review Minimalist Sunscreens for you. You have been asking me for the Minimalist Sunscreens review, and I'm so happy to collaborate with Minimalist for this video actually, because this is one brand I have liked this far, and I like their salicylic acid serum, iodine serum, then rosy pearl, squalane, and other stuff as well. So yeah, they truly have been formulating good stuff, but let's see if they have nailed the sunscreen game or not. This video is actually gonna have two parts. In the first part, I'm gonna talk about very important things regarding sunscreen. In the second part, I'm gonna review these two sunscreens from Minimalist in details. So why sunscreen? Why it is so important? And it's kinda ironic to think that we cannot live or exist without sun, yet it can be one of the most damaging elements for our skin. UVA and UVB rays are known to cause photoaging and burning. There are actually three kinds of UV rays. First, UVA rays. UVA has the longest of three wavelengths, and it makes up 95% of the UV that reaches our skin. It can reach all the way to the dermis and is responsible for deep photoaging. UVB has the mid-length wavelength, and it makes 5% of the UV that reaches our skin. Because of shorter wavelength in comparison of UVA, it only reaches the epidermis. It is responsible for sunburn and tanning. UVC has the shortest of the three wavelengths. This one gets filtered out by the atmosphere, so you don't need to worry about it. As the sun causes damage to our skin, our own fibroblasts are triggered as an inflammatory response and will start to break down our collagen. Another defense mechanism is our skin thickens and hyperpigmentation pops up from the melanin overproduction. Wrinkles develop from long-term damage, and the tan that you see is your skin trying to defend itself against the sun damage. Sunscreens can play a major role in protecting our skin against these harmful UV rays. What sunscreens do is that they absorb the harmful UV rays so your skin doesn't have to. People used to think that mineral filters they can reflect the UV rays, but it doesn't happen that way. Both mineral and chemical filters, they absorb the UV rays, and that's how they work, and I have debunked the myth here long time back. Frankly, consistent and better sunscreen habits will lead to better skin in the long run, and it is the most effective anti-aging protection you can have in your skincare routine. As you know, prevention is better than cure. For UVA protection, you can see the broad spectrum claim and PA rating on your sunscreen, and for UVB protection, you can see the SPF rating. For me, I prefer sunscreen with SPF above 40 and with broad spectrum protection. You need to apply enough amount of sunscreen. Less is more doesn't apply to sunscreen. You need half a teaspoon of sunscreen to cover your face and neck. And one more thing, reapply your sunscreen whenever you can after 2 or 3 hours. Now I'm going to talk about Fitzpatrick scale and sunscreen. The Fitzpatrick scale classifies skin colors into 6 categories. Light skin tones are on the low end, which burn easily. Darker skin tones tan more easily instead of getting sunburn. So it makes clear that no matter what is your skin tone, you need sunscreen in your life. Now that we know how much sunscreen is important for our skincare routine, let's review these two sunscreens from Minimalist. One is multivitamin SPF 50 sunscreen, and another is SPF 60 sunscreen with Silymarin. First, I want to talk about their SPF 50 sunscreen. I really love that they have made this in pump packaging, which makes it really easy to control the quantity that we are gonna use, and it becomes very travel friendly. And the texture of this sunscreen is quite creamy. It takes a little time to absorb, but when it absorbs, it doesn't leave any white cast, which I love. And you can see the ingredients list where you can find they have used 4 UV filters. 3 of these are organic and 1 is inorganic. It is a hybrid sunscreen. It also has a bunch of antioxidants which can fight against the free radical damage, and also it has sodium hyaluronate and allantoin to soothe the skin. And the testing report of this sunscreen is available on Minimalist website, which is very wonderful. And for this sunscreen, I need 4 pumps. I generally follow 2 finger rules. Some people use 3 fingers of sunscreens, but I stick to 2 fingers, and for me 4 pumps of this sunscreen would do the job. This is fragrance free, and the texture is quite nice, you know. This one is quite lightweight. Initially it takes some time to absorb, but like I told you, once it absorbs, it doesn't leave behind any white cast. It doesn't sting my eyes. It didn't give me any skin irritation, and I have been really enjoying this sunscreen, and I really love that they have used antioxidants in this formula. Many people have this concern about retinol in the formula, but they have used really low amount of retinol, and this is a sunscreen, so I don't think it's gonna be any issue. But if you are pregnant or if you are a breastfeeding mother, then don't use any products with retinol, not just this one. Consult with your doctor for better understanding regarding the situation, or you can just use their SPF 60 sunscreen with Silymarin. Other than that, this sunscreen is totally good to go, and I really liked using it. The texture is very good, and I love the fact that it doesn't give me any white cast, doesn't sting my eyes. This is very affordable, and their other sunscreen with SPF 60 is also quite good. This one has SPF 60 and Silymarin as antioxidant. To me, this one feels a little bit thicker than the SPF 51, but this one also blends very easily, doesn't leave behind any white cast. Both the SPF 50 and SPF 60 sunscreens are quite affordable. This SPF 60 sunscreen has 4 UV filters. It is a hybrid sunscreen, which means it has both physical and chemical filters, and it has Silymarin as antioxidant like I told you. Also, it has vitamin E and allantoin, and the sunscreen report is also available on their website. For this SPF 60 sunscreen, I use 4 pumps for my face and neck, and it feels so moisturizing and it blends very easily. And both of the sunscreens, they blend like a dream, they don't leave behind any white cast. Initially, you just have to massage the sunscreens for some time, and voila, you are done. And it is very easy to apply these sunscreens because they don't feel heavy on my skin. It doesn't feel sticky. I tested makeup after using this sunscreen, which went really great. And I have another concern to target, because few people, they are saying that they are experiencing peeling with these sunscreens, though I have not seen any peeling with these sunscreens. Though I contacted the brand and they said that it can be for a polymer that is being used in these sunscreens, and when you are using a moisturizer with the same polymer, it can happen, the peeling may happen, so it can be an issue for some. But personally, I have not faced any peeling, and I have used gel moisturizer with these sunscreens, and that way it works the best. And with any sunscreens, I prefer gel based moisturizers generally. You can try these things like apply the moisturizer, then you can wait for some time before you apply the sunscreen. Just make sure your moisturizer is absorbed well before you are going in with the sunscreen. And while applying the sunscreen, don't rub it like too hard, pat it gently, that way it can help. Let me know how it works for you. And for me, I really have been enjoying these sunscreens, and if you ask me which one is my favorite, I would say this Silymarin one is my favorite because I find this to be more moisturizing, and even this one is quite good, their SPF 50. This is kind of lighter than the Silymarin one, so if you want slightly thicker formula, you can go for the Silymarin, and if you want something a little bit lighter, you can go for the SPF 51. I have used these sunscreens consistently in my routine, and I can tell you these have been protecting my skin against the sun, and I really like the formulation, how these are working on my skin. I really love the filters they have used in these sunscreens. They have used new generation filters, and overall I do recommend these sunscreens because these are quite good, quite affordable, and yeah, Minimalist, they have not disappointed me with the sunscreens, and yeah, good job. So that's all for now. I hope you found this to be helpful, and thank you so much for watching, and see you very soon. Bye bye.